The first wrist lock that I like to teach is a simple in-bent wrist lock. How that works is the wrist is simply bent in, and then you can take advantage of the wrist being bent in because no matter how flexible your training partner may be, there's always a point at which the wrist will stop bending and you'll feel it stop. From here, I'm going to show an example of a lock by simply grabbing him behind the tricep and pulling him in until he'll feel the pain here and tap here because that's the pain. Now, to make this even more effective, what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist these bones inside his forearm against one another by turning the wrist out. Okay? So after it goes all the way in and stops, it's going to turn out and stop. So it's going to go 1, 2. This goes from an in-bent lock to an in-bent torquing lock. And like I said, that puts these bones in the wrist, twists them against each other. That creates even more pain. Then from there, all I have to do to control this person, make him go down, is apply pressure to go straight down. You'll notice I've grabbed onto the meaty part of the thumb here. From here I've gone in, over, and then I'm going to apply pressure straight down. It's also important that you keep his elbow away from his body, otherwise he may come in and get me. So instead, again, it's in, it's over, and then as I apply down, he'll go down. Okay, there's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do. This won't work on absolutely everybody. 90% of the people are going to hit the ground though. Okay, so this goes in, over, and down. Okay. Now, from here, you may be asking, well, gosh, how am I going to get that on somebody? You know, how is that going to be an effective lock? It looks kind of complicated, maybe difficult to perform, but you'd be surprised because a lot of times people will put themselves in this lock. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say that Paul and I are having a disagreement, and he decides he's going to show me who's the man by grabbing my shirt. Now look what he's done there. He's grabbed my shirt and he's essentially put himself in the lock. You see that? He's just about already there. Okay? If he hangs on to that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to trap his hand against my chest and bend over. And I have the lock. Okay? If I want to keep him away from me, or maybe touch his neck a little bit, he'll go right to the ground. In that torque wrist lock.